Hi everyone and welcome back to the Colour Cave, where we like to play with our stuff. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. For those of you who don't, I hope you've had a very merry festive period, maybe some time off. Today's video was one of the ones that suffered at the hands of Storm Arwen, unfortunately, and the first section of audio is missing. All the footage is there, so I decided that I would kind of ad-lib and voice over the part that was missing. So I've done my best to explain what's missing, but the normal audio does pick up a little bit in, so please bear with me, and I promise today is worth it. If you like visual comedy, you are in for a treat today. So let's get to top-down view and we can get going. So today's project's a little bit different to something I would normally do, and you can see I've got the old faithful craft mat, but I also have this rather attractive ceramic tile which was left over from my utility room, and as you can see it's very attractive, but we need this specifically. I was given this tip by a friend because it means that what we are doing, we don't have to move our piece of work about, and it also won't stick to it. So let's get rid of the mystery. We are going to be doing some polymer clay work today. Some time ago in a haul video, I showed you a multi-pack of Sculpey that I got, and I think it was like a lightning deal or something on Amazon. Anyway, I used to watch a lot of Nerdy Crafter, and that was our friend Jackie. I am a grain of salt in her salt shaker. And it's something I've always wanted to have a shot of, but I've never ever done anything like this before. And watching Jackie work with Sculpey, I could see that it was quite soft, because one of my concerns is how well my hand will hold up manipulating things over a period of time, because something like this, it's not a 2-minute project. So the other tip I was given as well is I wasn't going to ruin my pasta machine to make layers of this clay. So I've got an old diddly little rolling pin. I have no idea where this rolling pin came from. I have never used it for anything. It's just been in my kitchen drawer in the last like 3 houses. So I have now committed that to polymer clay making, and that is what we are going to use it for today. In addition to that, I also bought a set of funky little tools. Again, these were just like a little cheap multi-pack that I found on Amazon when I was looking for the clay. And they look like instruments of torture, and I have no idea what any of them do. Again, never sculpted anything in my little cream puff. So yeah, I did a little bit of investigating here and learned the hard way that some of them are sharp and pointy and jaggy. Honestly, don't know how much I'm going to use them, but I thought it would be good to have a little starter set to at least give myself something to work with. And it's one of those ones where I'm just going to kind of learn as I go along with this. So I spent all of about 10 seconds looking at the instructions. It was just basic safety precautions and the temperature to set the oven at, you know, the curing ratios, is that right? The method, the curing method. So I thought it might be important, but while I was reading this, it was talking about wire and apertures to wrap your clay around, because these are really small blocks of clay. So that's me disappearing at that point to go and get some tin foil, which apparently is very good for creating a shape, and then you can just wrap the clay round about it. Not sponsored by Tesco. Do spend an extraordinary amount of money with that supermarket. Extra strong tin foil though. So I'm glad I went and got that to hand before I started. And then it was just a case of unpacking the actual clays themselves. And at this point I realised that they weren't plain blocks of colour, which that's what I thought they were. But there's metallic ones and pearlescent ones and shimmery ones. And that red one that's sitting up there, that is a red sparkly one which I will be using later on. So I picked out some colours to suit the project that I'm going to do, which I won't spoil for you right now. One of the things I noticed that in the packaging was that the clay felt quite firm, and I was a little bit concerned about it not being as soft as I thought it was going to be. Aside from the fact that I couldn't for the life of me get into the packaging, which seemed to take forever, once I was in and I kind of like stuck my fingers into it for the first time, I was thinking to myself, oh no, this isn't going to be good at all. But I didn't really have anything to worry about. This isn't too bad. I can live with this. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to have any problems with the squishing. You know, I don't think it's going to upset my hand too much, which is great. Okay, so if we're going to do black and white, now imagine I can sort of make things marbled. I need to make a shape first of all, and I'm thinking the body's going to be like a triangle. I don't think I want it to be much bigger than that. I'm going to want it to have a flat body. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I think I'll start with white as the base. Oh. Okay, I wasn't anticipating it sticking to my rolling pin. It's not like I can put some flour on it. Enjoying myself already. Oh ho ho. I don't know how thin to make this. This is the other thing. Like, I'm assuming I want it reasonably thin. Don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So if I cover that up and like make this in. I do remember from watching Nerdy Crafter as well, like there's a lot of smoothing involved. Like, okay, when I'm smoothing, I'm like leaving fingerprints in it. Like my fingerprints are everywhere. But that's like I'm able to smooth over my creases and everything quite easily. Wow, this marks so easily. Maybe I've made it a wee bit too thin. I've got like a lumpy bumpy. This is going to be like a deformed cow. Boo. Okay, so next we're going to take some black. Actually, no. Next I'm going to go with the pink. And I'm going to make an udder. So let's get this on the go. Yeah, that's squishing really quickly. So that's going to be like... That's going to be an udder shape there, but I need it to be like nice and round and smooth and soft and not covered in my fingerprints. This is tickling me no end. Oh, it's tickling me no end. Now, the thing, for those of you that don't know anything about cows, cows' udders, they have 4 teats on their udder, and they're not always uniform. Not unlike human anatomy, they're not perfectly symmetrical. So, thankfully, I'm not not that worried about this part of it. Oh, goodness me, what am I doing? There seems to be an awful lot of residue coming off in my hands, which I'm finding a bit strange. Like, my hands are quite chalky. Oh, good grief. I wonder, do we use one of these tools to smooth? I don't think we do we? I wonder if I can use this to smooth. Oh, I can. Oh no, that's just making more of a dent. Oh no. I don't know how to do this. I'm assuming you need to be really light-handed. That's just making more of a mess. I'll just stick to my finger. Like, how do you smooth parts into other parts? Maybe I should have done these one at a time. The teats, I mean. I think this is going to require a lot of patience. Okay, I'm kind of getting the hang of this. Okay, so the first thing that I'm noticing is the problem with stuff as soft as this is it's really easy to leave a mark in it, and that's not necessarily a good thing. I've got my udder. That's a start. Now I need to make a head shape, and I think I'm going to use the black for this. I may have to wash my hands in between this actually. So a cow-shaped head, well, it depends on the breed of cow, but I'm not going to get into specifics here. Let's just see, this is, oh, I need to wash my hands in between colours, look. It's, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that either. It's a bit late now though. So I think what I need is a circle, or a circle-ish shape. And then I need another little bit for the nose part, because cows do have quite long faces. Can you see that? Oh my. Oh, this one is a smoothing tool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like this. I'm going to make this a bit thicker this time. Yeah. And I'm wondering how easy it's going to be to patch all this together. I can already tell that this is an art form that I wouldn't have enough patience for. Like, that's apparent already. And I find this really weird because when it comes to coloured pencil, you have to have patience for coloured pencil. And I have all the patience in the world for coloured pencil. But I don't have patience for stuff like this, and I find that really strange. You'd think I would as well, because it's much more engaging. You know, the fact that you're using both your hands. Right, that's the start of my cow head. Oh my. We're a wee bit wonky, but it's okay, it's fine. So the next section I think is going to be the nose. Oh yeah, this is transferring like crazy. Like, yeah, there's loads of black in here. I want to get the shape right first. And then I need something, yeah, here's this one that I was using, yeah, the really pointy one. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to chop that bottom bit off. Chop it off. Squish this in a bit. I actually thought soft clay would be good, and I'm finding it's really not. Like, I think I need something a bit harder. But we're not going to try and be anatomically correct here in terms of nostrils. As long as they look like nostrils. Which, I think we're doing okay here, actually. Yeah, those look like cow nostrils. It's a shame that the top of this doesn't look as good as it should. Oh, the smoothing struggle is so real. Like, it is so real. What am I supposed to do with this bit in the middle? Oh, this is too much. And then I need to stick that on there. Oh, goodness me. Sit on your ass. I can't stop touching it. Right, I just want to make sure that our nose is going to be attached to our face. It's not going to fall off if we put it in the oven. I'm trying not to touch the udder as well. I want to keep this line really neat, but... Okay. Now we've got like our underbite, and I want to use this bit here that's got the little bit of black on it, because that would be quite cute. Happy accidents, everyone. Happy accidents. And then if we just... Oh, motor skills, motor skills. So then I can flatten that down a bit. So it's the same size as our nose. It's quite funny because a lot of the time, a lot of the cows have actually got underbites, and it just makes them look even more stupid. I don't want to say stupid because cows are not stupid, but it just makes them look a bit derpier. Okay, we've got a nose. It's really washed out on this camera here. The colours are a lot more vibrant on the top-down camera. Right, we need ears as well now. Their ears, to be fair, are normally black. And their ears are quite big as well. Oh, this is so difficult to maneuver. It really is. See, for any of you that actually do polymer clay sculpting, utmost respect, because this is difficult. This is hard. Okay, that resembles a cow's ear, sort of. Okay, so I have a huge contamination issue, clearly. I need to roll out this little bit of pink into my roller. Why are you doing that? And then I need to cut okay, what I can do is if I squish this out a bit more, okay, and then I can squish that in there. Oh, can I pick the whole thing up now? Yes, I can. Okay, and if we kind of I can't imagine what this would be like if my nails were really long. My nails are really short just now, and I can't imagine this would be much fun with longer nails. Okay. Oh, she looks like a donkey. Her ears are far too big. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Proportion issues. I'm going to chop that off about there. Oh. That gives me a flat edge to stick to the side of her head as well. Oh. She still looks like a donkey. I kind of want that ear to... Oh, this is so hard. This is so hard. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Our ears are still a bit big, but they kind of remind me... Oh no, no, I've just pulled off a teat. They kind of remind me of... If anyone's seen the Disney version of Pinocchio, when they get turned into... The little boys get turned into donkeys, that's what this is reminding me of right now. Do you know what it is? They don't have a point like that on their ear. Wow. Eyeballs. Again, this is going to be really difficult to get even, but this is going to be like a a slightly derpy cow, so that's totally okay. Obviously, cabochons would be ideal here. It's not something that I own. I'm trying to get the eye placement at least semi-right. Oh, she's all kinds of special, this one. Oh, too big. I don't seem to be very good at gauging sizes for these things. Oh, she's so special. Look, she's so special. Now I want to give her a wee white stripe down her nose as well. And this doesn't have to be a uniform shape, that's the really nice thing about it. Because cows rarely have uniform marks on them when it comes to, you know, if they're dual colour or even tricolour. I am, like, I'm very aware of overhandling as well, because things are more likely to fall off if you keep messing about with them, aren't they? Okay, what I'm going to do now is, in at this neck part, I'm just going to build up a little bit more clay, because I can feel like the head's having a wobble. So I need to sort of use this to attach the head to the body a bit better. Bit of reinforcement here. She needs a bit of reinforcement underneath as well. She's not standing up straight. She's at a kind of wonky angle. Maybe if I put some more in there. Yeah, that's better. Look at the sorry. At least she's not even got any legs and she's sitting up straight. Okay, that's good. Oh, she's kind of sitting forward a bit now. We can fix that though. We can totally fix that. I'm not really happy with this eye situation. I'm going to take this off. I think this needs to be like really flat and small. I have actually just like smooshed this onto the tile. I don't want to do this anymore, guys. Absolutely. Oh no, her whole eyes come off. That's not necessarily a bad thing right now. Okay, so I only need a tiny bit. See, I'm learning about the actual like amounts here that I need, and it really isn't very much at all. Okay, that's about right, maybe. Here's our... Right, I need to smooth all this. Maybe I should take those eyes off to do that. I'm also learning a lesson here in what order to do things, and it's clear that I've done this all entirely the wrong way around. Yeah, see the way this is kind of like smooshed into the black? That's what I kind of want, but not too much. Obviously this little lady needs a name, so I'm open to name suggestions. Traditionally here at home, when I say here I mean on my farm at home, we do give the girls sort of very traditional, I call them like old lady names, but I am open to any sort of suggestion really. This nose part's really bugging me. Is it just me or does she look a little bit like Yoda? I can get her to sit back on her bum, which is quite interesting, like sitting slightly back, which is probably a good thing at this point. Can't get over this, like I really can't get over this. I was going to try and give her horns, but I think we should maybe leave that till the end. What I do need to do now is sculpt her some arms in inverted commas, so like four legs. And I think I want like a sausage shape. And I'm maybe going to be too ambitious to give her hooves as well. That might be a bit much. I'd really like to give her hooves though. I feel like she needs bulking out. Like, see here. See, this is fine. See, when you're using the same colour, this is absolutely fine. This is much, much easier. But when you're trying to put two parts together that are different colours, I'm not really sure how to do that. And I'm squeezing her and I'm like making her a really odd shape. And I've also left black dirty fingerprints on her here. Okay, so for her hoof, let's just concentrate on one thing at a time. For her hoof, I'm going to get a little bit pink. And I want to squish it onto the end there. Make it flat-ish. The question is, can I replicate this? And the answer is probably no. Mildred. I think it's going to be Mildred. I was just about to say there, like just out of nowhere, right, Mildred, just you sit back there a bit. Is that about the same size as the other one? It's a little bit short. Plonk that on the end and then we'll make it into a hoof shape. Which is actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, truthfully. Like making the hoof part seems to be the easy part. Oh, you're hilarious, Mildred, or whatever your name is. I should have done the back legs first. Maybe I should take these off. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Maybe I should do the back legs first. So the back legs, I'm going to run out of black. This is not good. Okay, so back legs. I'm actually thinking about proper cow anatomy here. So that's like the big thigh muscle. And what we would do is we would stick one on either side here. It's so hard to keep white clean. So hard. And it's got hair all over it. Again, I'm not really surprised at that, to be honest, because this is, well, it's really dusty in here for a start. I live in a big old dusty farmhouse, what can I say? Again, I'm trying to think about the logistics of this. Maybe this sort of shape? This cow is so anatomically incorrect, it's scary, but at this stage, if I get something that resembles a cow, I'm going to be really happy. So, oh, life goals, honestly. I find this really ironic because I spend a lot of time looking at cows. It's also my job as well. I work with cow stuff for a living, and here I am sitting trying to make one out of polymer clay and just doing an absolutely terrible job. You guys forgive me though, right? I just slim these hips down a bit, girl. Oh, I just can't. Right, okay, so, oh, that's right, we've already done this though. Like, she's resting her little arms on her knees, that's hilarious. Okay, do you know what? I'll take it so far. Look at the state of that. Oh, that is hilarious. Okay, in terms of cow anatomy, we're not doing very well, and she would be a lot humpier around the back. See, here she's straight up and down. This would be like out to here, but I don't have any white clay left. I am going to use this black to my advantage, but the other thing I need to do, I'm quite happy that she's stable as well, like she's not going to fall over. What I want to do is, first of all, is give her a tail, and I need some white. Right, I've got lots of black left now though, so this is good. Maybe I'll make her tail out of black. It's probably about the right thickness actually. And then at the end, they've got a little bushy bit at the end. This is one of the things that I find quite difficult, is that, see, trying to think in 3D, it's really easy in 2D. You know, I'm used to working on paper. And I've done a little bit of the 3D pen work. I've done some videos on that as well, and it doesn't seem to be a problem for me. But this is like a real problem, and I don't know if this is going to work or not. The hair at the end is always, it's like lots of little hairy bits, and I don't know whether just to make marks to show that, like this. Oh, girl, that is a tail. Right, I'm going to put some black on her back here. I'm going to bulk her out a little bit. Yeah, let's give her a black bit there. Turn this round. I'm trying not to hurt her. Turn this round so you can see this. I think ideally I would want, you know those little turny pottery wheel things that you get? Like a Lazy Susan type thing. I think one of those would be really handy if you were doing stuff like this. Do you know the really funny thing is, I couldn't tell you how many Salty Crafter videos I've watched, you know, Jackie? And she used to do a lot of polymer clay stuff, and I've watched hundreds of them probably, and it just goes to show you I have taken absolutely none of it in. I've just remembered something. Rubbing alcohol, like surgical spirit, that's what you use to smooth everything out. That's what it is. I knew there was something and I just couldn't, my mind wouldn't let me, and I've just remembered that. Oh no, sorry ear, got overexcited at myself there. She doesn't look any more of a cow from the back than she did before, other than she's got a big splodge on her. And she's slightly misshapen. Maybe if we put her tail on now. Again, I think underneath would probably be best. Oh no, I've just squished her udder again. Right, I want to add, I'm going to turn her this way now so that you can see her. Her face is really derpy and flat, but, so let's be clever about this. If I turn around a little bit here. If I give her this here, it can help me join the leg onto the body, so a bit more secure, but also it gives me this random, how do I do this? I need a smaller implement, this is too long. Let me tip her up. Yeah, she looks, her face is actually a bit more cow-shaped now, that's interesting. Bring your nose back up though. Okay, I'm going to make her some horns and see if I can wedge a Santa hat on top of her head. Oh wow, this stuff's amazing. I wonder if it stays, whoa, it's really soft. This stuff's, the metallic one, this is super soft. I wonder if it stays really sparkly after it's been in the oven. Squish, 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 squish. Really, if I make this the right shape at either end, which I'm clearly not doing a good job of, I could chop that in half. Depends how big we want our horns to be. If she's obviously a dairy cow, which would make her maybe a dairy shorthorn, which implies that their horns aren't that big. Obviously short. And her other horn can be wonky. Yes, that'll make her even more derpy. Look at her. She's so sweet. Oh, Mildred. We've got lots of cows with wonky horns. I'll give you a demonstration. Like this. We have lots of cows that have the one that point up and then one that points out to the side. Well, at least put it in the same place, but maybe it's facing forward. Oh, she looks so special. Now, the thing is, are we going to get a tiny Santa hat on her head? I am going to try my hardest, like my absolute hardest, to get a Santa hat on this girl. Do you not think she deserves it after everything we've put her through? Oh, last bit of construction. Here we go. I can't believe it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been at this forever. Oh, right, okay, so let's get some... I'm going to go and wash my hands again because I've got black, dark colours and we're going to white. Okay, just before I do that, I just want to secure these horns a little bit better because I think they're going to fall off in the oven. Like I really do. I need to stop squeezing her by the nose. I'm going to turn her to face that camera. I feel like you should be entertained while I'm doing this because there's not much going on in the top-down camera, if I'm honest. I think I'm going to have to wrap these in cling film and then put them into a resealable bag. The resealable bags I've got are massive. They're like this big. So that's maybe a bit wasteful. I just wonder if they'd be okay in cling film if I did that. The more time goes on here and the more I'm doing this, I'm learning a lot as I go here, and I like to learn stuff, which is really cool, and I've already learned a lot. And it's kind of making me want to do something else with this. Right, Santa hat. So really I'm only going to need a tiny bit. It's like I know what I'm talking about. Listen to me. Oh. And my hand's absolutely fine. It feels fine. It's because I'm not having to fight with anything. Right, okay. So let's think about this. We want a sort of, well, we want a circle, don't we? That's not circular. And that is leaving glitter on my hands. God damn it. Plastic out the way. And then we want to kind of smoosh it because that's going to have to sit on top of her head. Oh my goodness, this is silly. Like that. Okay, so we'll stick with that, and then we're going to make this look as if it's fluffy around the edges. Just give it some texture. We can do texture. We do texture here in the cave, don't we? I keep thinking about this surgical spirit thing. I'm actually going to have to look it up so that, because I might be completely wrong. Like I could be totally wrong. But I'm sure that it was like a cotton bud and some surgical spirit that she used to smooth everything off. I got black in there. How does that happen? Okay, so now we need a pyramid shape. That's going to sit on top of there. So let's start with a flat bottom. So what we'll do is I'll try and make like a pixie hat first. Like this sort of shape. And then we can stick that on. Oh no. Trying to smooth. It's really difficult to do this without actually squashing the part that you're blending it to. Does that make sense? The bottom's actually too wide. I need to like narrow it down and pinch it in a bit. Oh, that's a better shape though. Yeah, okay. That is freaking adorable. It's going to squash her horn though. But that's okay. And then we'll just bend it over a little bit. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh, I think I'm in love. Oh, good grief. Why am I so easily amused today? I know I'm always easily amused, but this is like a whole new level, this. Okay, and oh, it's gone pink because my fingers are pink. Why? And then we just stick it on the end. Again, am I supposed to, like, how am I supposed to do this texture stuff beforehand? Like, you can't. And then I've got to touch it, which means I'm going to leave a print in it. On the plus side, I can do the back part of the hat now as well. Okay, I think I'm ready for some smoothing. I think Mildred's ready for some smoothing. You can see because I'm going to have to fix the front of her face. Okay, I'm going to take a little breather and then we're going to do some smoothing. I am armed and ready. I have some surgical spirit and I also have some cotton buds here. And I was right. So let's put her where we want her to go in the oven. Get rid of all this off the side. Now I think it would be sensible to start from the top because it means I can hold on to her and smooth her as we go. This is going to take forever. Okay, let's see how this works. Apparently you can use nail polish remover as well, but I think the smell would be too much for me. Oh, that works. That really works. Okay, now I'm excited. I have to try and remember to breathe while I'm doing this as well. Yeah, see, I can hold on to her down here while I'm smoothing. I would highly recommend using a surface that you can turn around. Well, I'm spilling this everywhere. Because this is not the easiest. I'm just trying to take some of my fingerprints off of her. I have to say this is working really well. So it's not going to take out like mega flaws, but it's going to smooth out your fingerprints. Again, I'm not expecting miracles here, guys. But even if I can smooth out some of my fingerprints, which this is doing beautifully. Oh, that's made a fairly good job of her nose though. Yes. I'm actually frightened that I'm going to ruin her more than she's already ruined. Look at her face though, oh no, this part down her nose, but there's not much I can do now. I think that I should just quit while I'm ahead, honestly. I don't think I want to make things any worse than they already are. So I think we're just going to put it in the oven and see what happens. Oh, I don't know about this anymore. Okay, say goodbye. And in the spirit of Nerdy Crafter, say a prayer to the baking gods. Thank you very much. And we shall return apparently between 15 and 30 minutes. Say bye-bye now. So here we are after 15 minutes at 130 degrees C. And she is baked. She is in one piece by some minor miracle. It's kept its colour really well as well, which I'm impressed about, and she's kept her sparkles on her wonky horns and her hat as well, so that's even better. Now the last thing that I want to do, just as a finishing touch, I have got some gloss Mod Podge here. So this is, Mod Podge is a thing that I'm kind of like, I'm starting to get a wee bit obsessed with it, if I'm honest. It has a multitude of uses, and obviously this glossy one we want to, oh, that doesn't have a cap on it, that's weird. And all I want to do is put some of this over the eye area just to make it look a little bit glossy. You know, as if it's a mucous membrane. So I'm using just a cheap paintbrush here. I never use my good paintbrushes for this. This is one that came in an up crate. So you can tell how I felt about that. Now. So if we put a light layer of this over the top of the eyeball area and just give it a bit of a glassier finish, you know, to make her look a little bit more alive. And once that's dried, we can use a Posca pen to put in a little highlight on the darker part of the eye. So that is literally all we have to do, and just wait for that to dry now. She looks as if she's got a bit of a cataract going on there. I think if I was to do this again, I would definitely invest in some cabochons if I was going to do animals, you know, for their eyes. I think that would be really good. And obviously today I have learned a lot of lessons in terms of what to do, and more specifically what not to do. Wow, that's dry already. It's drying really quickly. It is warm in the cave today though. Very cold outside. Okay, and just with my my 1MR Posca, I know I've been selling these in the stash shop. You can feel free to go and... Come on, autofocus, you can do it. This camera is so lazy. There we go. Yeah, so you've seen me use these time and time again. This is this really tiny nib, and I do sell these in the stash shop if you fancy. one for yourself, you can head over to the website and you can grab one. And I am literally just going to pop a little white highlight. Just like that. And there we go, we are all done. Face the camera, Mildred. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I want to thank you very much for watching and participating and probably sitting shouting at the screen. But I'm actually quite pleased with how this has turned out for a very first effort. Not being someone that's ever sculpted anything or, you know, anything like that before, I'm actually quite happy with how it's turned out. And as I said, I've learned a lot from this as well. I think it's something I would give a bash again. Maybe less udder next time. But if that's something that you would like to see in normal cave times, not Cavemas, then please feel free to let me know in the comments. I appreciate your company today. I hope you're all having a nice festive period, and I will see you back in the cave for another video really, really soon. So have a good day, everyone. Bye for now.